deluge is activated.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Five seconds to MECO. Separation.
Stage to ignition.
Fairing separation.
And there it goes! You can see electrons fairing falling away from stage 2.
And CQ confirmed.
Falcon 9's in startup.
All right, we have entered startup mode. Falcon 9 has taken over the remainder of the countdown. We're just waiting for the go for launch callouts.
Stage 2, press for flight.
LD, go for launch.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9 is complete for flight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff of Falcon's first East Coast polar launch, Ola, Argentina.
Vehicle is supersonic. Vehicle has reached maximum aerodynamic pressure. You've heard it, we've reached max Q. At this point, the loads in the vehicle become less and less as the atmosphere gets thinner. We're now able to throttle those Merlin engines back up, and at its maximum power, like right now, the vehicle consumes more than 700 gallons of fuel per second. And this is that first polar orbit. If the clouds, you can see through the clouds here, you'll see some unique views that you haven't seen from Falcon 9 over Florida.
And we have MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
And ignition.
You see the first stage has already been a turnaround, and you can see the nitrogen from our attitude control system helping guide it back.
Fairing separation confirmed.
There you see our two fairing
Acquisition
halves
signal, Bermuda.
have jettisoned. You can even see them in the background there on our MVAC engine, and you can see them from land too. It'll take us some time to get those to come back down. We'll keep you posted on the update.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And 3 Merlin engines have relit and are currently slowing the first stage down before it hits those dense parts of the atmosphere. Second stage on the right-hand side of your screen is continuing to perform as expected.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown. Stage 1 transonic.
You can see the Cape getting closer and closer. What a cool view. The first stage is passing through the cloud layers right now.
Stage 1 landing burn startup.
And here comes Falcon 9 attempting its 4th landing.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
And you could not ask
Stage
for
1
a
landing
better
burn.
landing than that. Falcon 9 has landed once again. That is number 4 for this first stage booster and the 58th overall of an orbital class rocket. What a way to start off tonight's mission.
Well, welcome back from our mini coast phase. For those of you just joining us, we successfully launched our Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral on a polar orbit trajectory. We had a successful stage separation, a successful land landing, the 4th landing for this booster, and we're waiting the deployment of the Saocom1B satellite. It's just about 10 seconds, 15 seconds away. It's the 2nd and final satellite in this constellation. We first launched its sister satellite, Saocom1A, in the fall of 2018.
Saocom separation confirmed.
All right, you've seen it, we heard it. Successful deployment of that Saocom1B satellite. And as a reminder, this satellite and Saocom1A's satellite's goal is to gather soil moisture. It helps increase the productivity and competitiveness of the agriculture sector. It helps us generate risk maps that can help control crop disease. It helps implement better fertilizer systems and provide early flood warnings. These 2 Saocom satellites work together with Italy's Cosmos SkyMed constellation, and they work together by providing up to 225 Earth images per day.
Stage 2, press for flight.
LDs go for launch.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Okay, so we're in the final phases of the countdown. Let's
Stage 1
watch
to
as
startup
Falcon
pressures.
9 takes
T-minus
our
15
58
seconds.
Starlink satellites and
Falcon
3
9
Planet
is beginning
SkySats
flight.
into orbit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff for the Falcon 9. Go Starlink.
Stage 1 propulsion startup. We have Miko.
Stage separation confirmed.
And MVAC ignition.
All right, so there we saw those three events all happen in quick succession. Stage 1 is now making its way back to Earth. There on the left-hand side of your screen, we can see the grid fins slowly deploying. And on the right-hand side of your screen, the Merlin vacuum engine beginning to develop that healthy orange glow as it continues its journey on to orbit.
Fairing separation confirmed.
We're just a few seconds away from fairing deployment. There we go, visual confirmation of fairing deployment. Once again, as a reminder, we flew those fairings on a previous Starlink mission in January earlier this year. Here's the Earth's atmosphere.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there we can see that the entry burn has begun and will last for about 20 seconds.
Stage 2 continues on nominal trajectory.
Again, this burn utilizes 3 engines at the base of the rocket. And
Stage
there
1
we
entry
can
burn
see the
shutdown.
entry burn has concluded. And landing burn has begun. You should see the
Stage
plume
2
from the
FTS is
rocket
saved.
appear on the screen here.
Stage
in
1
a
landing
second.
leg deploy.
Our touchdown and shut off. Successful
1 landing
landing
confirmed.
of the first stage booster. Once again, this is the 6th time that we have utilized this booster on a mission, also marking its 6th landing. This is the Of Course I Still Love You drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean.
SkySat 21 deploy confirmed.
Okay, deployment confirmed for that first SkySat. The first of 3 this morning. And there on your screen, at the end of the stack, slowly making its way away from the second stage, we can see that first SkySat moving along. Welcome back to the webcast for our 11th Starlink mission. We had an on-time liftoff at 10:31 a.m. Eastern Time from Cape Canaveral, Florida, for a 6th mission for this particular first stage. We landed it successfully on our drone ship. And there, as you can see on your screen, we successfully caught one of the fairing halves. That is a recovery vessel, Ms. Tree, caught that out of the air. The second fairing half made a soft water landing, so Ms. Chief is en route to scoop it out of the ocean. And before we went for a break, we saw the successful deployment of the 3 SkySat satellites for our customer Planet, which were ride-sharing along with Starlink. So here in just a couple of seconds, we will be deploying our 58 Starlink satellites, which will be joining the nearly 600 that are on orbit. Now, there is a chance, and it looks like I was just going to say that
Starlink tension rod separation confirmed.
we have an expected loss of signal over our ground station. There we go. We can see the visual confirmation of Starlink deployment. Like I said before, those 58 Starlinks will be joining 600 that are already on orbit. And shortly, they will be deploying their solar arrays. Over the next few days and weeks, they will distance themselves out using the momentum created by the second stage.
Maneuver complete.
Like I said, we spun it along its central axis to provide the momentum required for those satellites to space out, as you can see there.